Today is the day that the Blue Beetle from DC hits movie theaters nationwide, worldwide, however wide it goes. I'm not sure, probably forever or no, everywhere. But while I did read some Blue Beetle comics, and they were fine, good even, there's a different comic I'd like to talk to you about. That being my comic, the 68-page graphic novel, Everlasting Survivors, Volume 1. This is all day long. This is Jeff's A cover. This is Nick's B cover. If you follow the link in the description of this video, you can pick yourself up a copy of one of the 5 covers. You can get posters, t-shirts, hats. Anybody who gets anything gets a complimentary Gamble Comic sticker. Thank you for tuning in. Unfortunately, even though Blue Beetle hit theaters, I didn't feel like talking about it. I tried to come up with a triple shot. I got nothing. So what I'm doing instead is, it's 9 months early, but also today, tickets go on sale for WrestleMania 40. So I'm going to tell you how I would book it if it was up to me. After the open, check it out. It's 9 months early, but tickets go on sale today, so I thought, WrestleMania 40, the 2-night event. How would I, Oz, book the show? Well, that's what I'm going to do here today. I'm going to break it down. I'll have to fill in a few blanks here and there, how we get to my booking. And we have to start with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I know that seems weird since the show's happening in Pennsylvania, but it all makes sense. So, post SummerSlam, in my mind, although nothing is announced as of yet, Roman can wrestle Jimmy Uso at Payback, at Fastlane, wrestle Solo Sikoa, putting a complete end to the Bloodline, and then at Crown Jewel in September. Was it September or is it October? Whatever it is. Actually, it might even be November. Whatever. At Crown Jewel is when wrestling has more than one royal family. Cody Rhodes gets his rematch with Roman Reigns, and he wins the title that his daddy didn't get to keep, giving him the conclusion to this chapter of Cody Rhodes' story. That's important because, to me, the winner, or if I had the say in it, the winner of the Elimination Chamber match for next year would be Gunther, and he would challenge Cody Rhodes for the big logo belt, if you will, in the opening match of WrestleMania 40. I know it's going to sound crazy, but the reason Cody is opening WrestleMania is because it's storyline driven. And more importantly, when Cody Rhodes gets his title shot at Roman Reigns for the big logo title, that will then put both top belts on Raw. And so at that time, there is a bit of a trade instituted where Seth Rollins takes the new version of the big gold belt to SmackDown. Cody keeps his title on Raw, and that's how those pieces fall into place. Second match on night 1 is a United States Championship match. So there's currently word that Sheamus and others within the company are displeased with their placement on the card due to Roman being the forever champion. And so with that, I have him be more aggressive, take out Rey Mysterio, win the United States title, and at WrestleMania 40, in the second match on night 1, Sheamus defends the United States title against Santos Escobar and Solo Sikoa. I feel like this is a good time to set up Solo, continue on that rise, since he didn't beat Roman for the big belt. He then wins this United States title here. Moving on to the third match, Shayna Baszler, who's been on a roll since defeating Ronda Rousey, she is out to prove that she can take out anyone, and so we have the Prodigy from NXT come to the main roster, that being Roxanne Perez. She does her best, but falls to Shayna due to, again, this being a storyline where she's being elevated. Shayna, that is. Match 4 on night 1. Butch, preferably Pete Dunne, hopefully by this point, and Ridge Holland team with Ilya Dragunov, and they take on, obviously that means I've already called Ilya up, and he has joined the Brutes instead of the speculation that he might join Imperium because he already said he didn't want to. So they take on Rey Mysterio, Joaquin Wilde, and Cruz del Toro, LWO. And in the fifth match of night 1, Sonya Deville returns from her injury, fingers crossed she can, with a returning Mandy Rose, former Fire and Desire. They take on Chelsea Green and Piper Niven because Chelsea is out to get revenge and prove that she's not, Sonya's out to prove to Chelsea that she's not so easily replaceable. And so you have Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose win the tag titles off of Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Number 6 is a match that I don't recall ever getting one-on-one, and that is Chad Gable versus Tommaso Ciampa. And so in my fantasy world, Chad Gable is the man who took the Intercontinental title off of Gunther, and as has already been stated in my SummerSlam triple shot, I really like the idea of the way uniting and being vile villains, and so Tommaso Ciampa, being a vile villain, takes the Intercontinental title from Chad Gable. Moving on to the semi-main event of this here show, Bianca Belair, who won the Royal Rumble. She challenges Rhea Ripley for that beautiful title that Rhea has not lost. And the funny thing is, this is the one match, I think it's the only match I don't have an outcome for, because Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair just feel like such equals. But since Rhea has had a long run and Bianca is the challenger, let's go ahead and give her the nod here for the victory. That gets us to the main event of night 1 of WrestleMania 40. And in this match, so let's rewind back to Crown Jewel, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. At said show, main event Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and Solo Sikoa all get their revenge on Roman Reigns throughout the match because of him taking them out at SummerSlam, Payback, and Fastlane. And so at the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, at Crown Jewel, Roman loses the title to Cody, as I already said in the beginning part of the show. But because now it's 3-on-1 throughout the time from November to now, Roman has been repositioned as the sympathetic force within this family feud, and he has reunited with his original brother from his debut on the main roster from NXT, that being Seth Rollins. And so Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns are working the good guy side, and they're challenging Jimmy and Jey Uso for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Now, I do know that they're still, as of time of recording, still a united tag division or tag champion with Kevin and Sami. However, I still think it's more practical to split the titles up between the shows, so that's what I did. So that would be night 1 of WrestleMania. Like I said, opening with Cody retaining, closing with the Usos defeating Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns to basically say thanks for not winning last year's main event, but here you go, you got it this time. We open night 2 of WrestleMania 40 with damage control, or what they call it, when the mega powers explode. So when damage control explodes, with champion Io Sky defending against Bayley and Dakota Kai. And here, because Bayley has had multiple reigns throughout her career, and Io is coming in as champion, I crowned Dakota for the first time coming out, but in my mind, or my hope would be that friendship wins out in the end, and that they all hug and, raise Dakota's arms, and they're all on the same page by the end of match. Match 2 is the OC of AJ Styles, Gallows, and Anderson taking on a yet-to-be-named group. Some people call them Hurt Business 2.0, that being the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley. In my mind, you should really put over either Dawkins or Ford. I gave Ford the nod with the Frog Splash to really propel the Street Profits up to Bobby Lashley's level. Match 3 of night 2 is Austin Theory doing a challenge. So I would like to basically give him Seth Rollins' story from when Cody accepted, that being, I'm the now, I need to be on the show, and so he comes out and he says, things of that nature where, WrestleMania is not the same without the star of now, and then have the challenger answer be, I would prefer to call him Rex Steiner, but if he's got to remain Braun Breaker, so be it, but put Braun Breaker over at WrestleMania over Austin Theory. So, match 4, midway point of night 2, JD McDonough and Finn Balor are challenging Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio for the Raw Tag Team Championships. Much like how the three-way match of the Open, this is the end of the Judgment Day, or the nail in the coffin to that there Hot Topic group. I think that JD McDonough pinning either Priest, who was formerly Money in the Bank, or Dom, who is, a heat magnet, would be beneficial for him. And so at the halfway point, I book a little bit of haha, a comedy match, if you will. So because Maxine Dupree and Otis, I prefer calling him Dozovic, are still together under Chad Gable's tutelage with Alpha Academy, I have them taking on the heel nefarious tandem of Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano. Maxine can easily lose and lose nothing. As a matter of fact, if she needs to be carted off or carried out by Otis, all the better. And so Candice goes over here. And match 6 is a tag team match of then, now, forever, basically. So it's the forever team of Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. So then, the now team of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, and the up-and-coming NXT team of Julius and Brutus Creed. And again, just like with Braun Breaker and JD McDonough, I think putting the Creed brothers over any of those established teams would be quite beneficial for them. Thus, that was the way I would do it. So the semi-main event match of night 2 sees a loser leave WWE match. That be Charlotte, Asuka, Becky, and Trish Stratus. So I think that if you keep the embers burning between Becky and Trish, and then you add in the combustible elements of Asuka and Charlotte, especially if these are like the final women that Bianca eliminates to go challenge Rhea, then I think that would be great. But what I would do is I would have Charlotte pin Trish, let her be her swan song, because she's already in a career resurgence anyway, so it's like Charlotte can brag about it, all is well, and I think it'd be like the second time she retired anyway. And then the main event, the winner of the Royal Rumble, that being L.A. Knight, yeah, he challenges the man that took the new WWE logo big gold belt off of Seth Rollins in the current year we're talking about, but in the timeline in the past, that being the rated R superstar Edge. And so in this, Edge has been on a roll since getting back the title, that in his stating of it, he never lost because he has bestowed the original lineage of the big gold belt back or to this title. And so with that, LA Knight, yeah, he defeats Edge in the main event of WrestleMania 40. That's assuming that LA Knight remains the hot commodity that he is and has been for the greater part of this year. And so pay that all off. And the funny thing is I actually have other things in mind beyond WrestleMania. But, you know, like I said, we're 9 months away. And this is way early. A lot of things would have to move around. A lot of things would have to make sense for any of this to happen. But it's just a fun video. It's a thing to do to just show you how just how my brain works. And so I appreciate you tuning in. And if you're still here, I thank you. If you haven't liked this video, please like the video. If you haven't left a comment, please leave a comment of what you or who you want to see win the Royal Rumble and challenge for the top title at WrestleMania in the comments below. And please, if you're here and you've never subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, Mr. Super Oz. It's very much appreciated. Thank you. Later.